Hello, Steve White, Steve White 39. Well, there's been a lot more talk about Gina Carano. I put out a video, a few people saw it, not many, a couple hundred. And I got a lot of criticism from people and just a lot of automatic hate because, again, everything's polarized and you're either for her or against her. And if you're for her, then you don't listen to anyone else. If you're against her, you don't listen to anyone else. Well, I listened to both sides. I watched a live stream by that Star Wars girl and Drunk Free CPO. Apparently he's really hot. I've never seen any pictures of him. Now I want to find him on Instagram. What was the other one? Doomcock. Doomcock did a video. And they were reading out some of the comments people are making about her. And now I made her at Gina Carano on Twitter, and I just said I don't have a problem with you not using pronouns. I don't, but mocking people who do and using the beep beep bop thing is just mocking trans people and undermining them, and that just leads to, you know, encouraging people who are discriminating against them to discriminate against them, and it's just not helping. It's a negative thing, and she shouldn't have put it on there. She should take it off. I don't care about her not masking COVID hoax stuff, whatever. I don't care about her not using pronouns. Like I said, I don't. But I think that is wrong, the beep beep bop thing. Even though it sounds really harmless, it just feeds into this whole current culture of non-political correctness, just people feeling absolutely justified to express their hatred or racism or is and phobes, whatever they are, and she's just feeding into that, and I didn't like that. But that said, that there's no excuse for what people are saying online. It's really disgusting. People saying she should die, she should be spat on. Now, I was saying that if she lost her job because Disney didn't like the way she was representing the brand, I wouldn't be bothered by that. But I wasn't calling for her to be cancelled, and I wouldn't want people to. But I mean, it's up to Disney. You know, if that's what, you know, if they have you know, moral clauses and behavioural clauses in their contracts, and they think she's not sticking to that, then I think they're free to do it. But otherwise, you know, she's an employee, and what she says in her own personal time shouldn't really matter. But so I just found a lot of that disgusting, and I wanted to separate myself from that by making a video talking about that, because I think it's really disgusting. They're reading them out, and I'm not going to read them out because they're just disgusting, but just ridiculous. Just the most random insults. Just people, they're not even thinking, they're just reacting to a hashtag or the response. They're not actually involved. They're not. I think there are a couple of trans people maybe, but even they sounded totally irrational and just rude and insulting, and it's just bizarre. Like, they were just reading them out for ages. Doomcock read out a few random ones, but they didn't actually, he didn't go through all of them, and I just don't understand the stupidity of people, and it's both sides. You have the people reading them out like these people are all a joke and not acknowledging that she actually has done a couple of things that are wrong, and then the people on the other side just trashing her and attacking her personally, like she doesn't have any rights. Like, not, you know, I don't think she should have to use pronouns if she doesn't want to, but to mock people who do, like I said, undermines that whole side, that the whole trans movement on some level, because she is a big person on the platform, and you see a bunch of racist, sexist, transphobic, homophobic people all latching onto this like she's their leader or something, and that's what happens, even if you don't intend that. And I'm sure she didn't intend that, because from the sounds of it, she's not outright transphobic or anything, but she has to be very naive or tone deaf to not think that comments like that and the comments she has been making on that subject are going to feed into that. So there's that. And the whole no mask thing, I mean, I'm kind of ignoring that. I don't even want to get into that because that's just so stupid. If you actually believe that there's no coronavirus, that there's no need for this, how do you explain are they just approaching 200,000 deaths in America now? I mean, how does Gina explain that? How does she explain all the transference between people in schools? There are teachers who are afraid to go back to their job because they have immunity issues and they have to choose between their job or their life. I mean, and she's just, oh, don't wear a mask, you shouldn't have to. It's not about what you should have to, or who people telling you what to do. It's about doing the right thing and thinking of other people and protecting yourself and other people and your loved ones. And just people are making it about them and their personal rights, and I shouldn't have to do this because of my right. It's just stupid, and I'll say that against her, and that's fine. But to make a personal attack, people are calling her an oompa loompa and saying she's fat and saying she's ugly and stupid, and that's ridiculous. If you have a real problem with someone and something they're doing, you should be able to articulate that, what they're doing, why they're doing it, and what they should do, and be able to have a conversation with her. I could have a conversation with her, assuming she's not the belligerent bully she acts like with the whole, I used to be in WWE and I can just beat anyone up, so therefore I don't have to listen to anyone. I'm hearing a lot of that sort of crap from the other side about, oh, she could just beat people up. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make her right. That doesn't make the other person wrong. That just makes her physically stronger. And that's not going to last. One day she's going to be a little old lady who can't defend herself. Does that mean she's suddenly wrong about everything? No. It's stupid. But I just wanted to make a statement about that, just simply because there's a few people who are saying a little bit of shit in the comments to me, and it's like, I want to be really, really clear. I do not approve of the people who are trying to force her to use pronouns and judging her and assuming she's transphobic because of that. But then when she did the beep beep boop thing, she basically just said, well, yeah, I am. But and if she was doing that just to spite them, that's totally selfish and self-involved and narcissistic, because you're dealing with people's lives when you're mocking a real group of people who are literally being killed and in danger and threatened and discriminated against, and you're using them like as a tool to get back at people who are rude to you, just like for the fun of it. So I really, I'm not in her head. I'm not her. I don't know what she's thinking, why she's doing it, but you can look at what she's doing, what she's saying, and make a few assumptions and make some judgments, sure, and some criticisms. But personal attacks, saying she should be killed, saying just these are just unbelievable. But yeah, I know people do say stuff like that. I've gotten a couple of death threats now, and I get told a lot of horrible things about myself, and people just come into my notes just to insult me for no other reason, no actual articulated argument or issue, just insulting me for the sake of it. So, and I'm nobody. She is a genuine star of the platform. So I can't imagine what it's like to get a constant barrage of that all the time. I find this overwhelming at times, and I only sometimes have at most a couple of hundred comments if I have a really big video, which hasn't happened for ages. So I emphasize with her, I think this is wrong. I don't approve it. I want to say something about it, so I'm not being lumped in with all the people. Like somehow they're not going to be bringing up my tweet about her in any of these videos, because it would make the grade, because it was an actual constructive criticism and not a personal insulting attack or anything. So I don't know, I just wanted to say something about that, and I'm done. I'm going on and on, but this is what this is. This is my therapy. This is what I do now. I rant on YouTube because I'm alone in an apartment trapped by coronavirus in the corona zone. And I'm going to go crazy if I don't do something. So, yeah. So judge me for that, whatever. But that's probably what I'm going to be doing unless I get bored and start reading my old books. I've got so many. I think I'm going to die before I finish them all. I'm a bit worried about that. Okay, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Criticism, please. Real comments, not just insulting me, because that doesn't make you look good, and it doesn't. I'm not going to listen to that. It doesn't mean anything to me. It just looks petty and stupid. If you really think there's something wrong with what I'm saying, then explain it to me. Tell me. I'd like to know where I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to be corrected, because I'm not arrogant. I don't think I know everything. I know I don't know everything, and I'm happy to learn. So, yep. I'm just going to go and do a video on Dennis Nelson and the new the new movie coming out about that. I'm really excited about that. So reading some interviews and articles about that. So I'm very excited. He's my favourite serial killer. Favourite gay serial killer. Jeffrey takes all his attention. I'm going to go.